welcome back to another video feature of the Immersive Worlds Handbook. Today I'm reflecting on a recent trip in Phoenix, Arizona to Taliesin West. And this is a place that was occupied for many years as a teaching institute for the renowned American architect Frank Lloyd Wright. And on the particular tour that I took, I was able to see many of the dwellings that Frank Lloyd Wright, his wife, and many of his students had occupied and also created. And one of the keys to understanding the work of Frank Lloyd Wright is to think about the issue of organic architecture. Taliesin West references the idea of something that's fitting into something in the middle of a ledge, in this case into the middle of the ledge of the mountain where Taliesin West is. And what was amazing to me was to see how dedicated this architect and as many students who were inspired by him over the years to the idea of creating architecture and spaces, whether they were dwellings or cabarets, spaces of performance, that could essentially connect organically with the architecture, or rather with the natural environment that the architecture was a part of. And I think this is a real key. If you're designing any immersive space today, you certainly have to consider this idea and consider the fact that for a space to be meaningful to a guest, it should in many cases naturally fit in with the landscape that it's a part of. And as I walked through the many spaces and had an opportunity to see the incredible dwellings, the incredible design areas, the artifacts that Frank Lloyd Wright and his students had created, I realized that there is a value from a research perspective of learning from a master of architecture like Frank Lloyd Wright. And even though I'm not an architect and I am a cultural anthropologist by training, it was really valuable for me to walk through Taliesin West to take in the space, to try to understand the architecture that he had created along with his students. So if you get the chance and you're in Phoenix, in the area, check this place out. It's quite amazing. Go to Taliesin West and see one of the masters of architecture in Frank Lloyd Wright.